mission.
Yeah. How can we utilize the terrain?
Yeah.
And also recognize that we cannot change the mountain.
Yeah.
We cannot move the river.
Yeah.
Like the river is where it is, and we have to just deal with it.
Yeah, don't be mad it's not a river, bro. That's a mountain.
It's a mountain.
Let's
That's the way it is.
capitalize on that mountain.
Yep. Use it.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Exactly right. Next question.
Check. All right.
Good evening, Jocko. I've been trying to get closer to my father after many years of minimal to no relationship with him at all. However, he's not resilient. Strong both physically and mentally, driven and role model, etc.
So it sounds like he's none of those things.
Right, he's none of those things. He's more of a poor me type. Therefore, it's been challenging for me to try to improve my relationship with him when I have the discipline equals freedom mindset, while he, instead, likes to complain about his current life situations. I really want to continue to improve on my relationship that I have with him, but I'm unsure of how to go about it and potentially how to help him change his current mindset. How do you keep a relationship, especially a father-daughter scenario, healthy and growing when the other person has a poor me mentality? P.S. I'm a power lifter.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I'm beginning to have joint pain in both my knees a few weeks ago. So I started taking joint warfare and krill oil, and it only took me 3 more or less days of taking these supplements for the pain to be gone. Mm-hmm. Now I can power lift pain-free and keep making those gains.
Yep.
100%. Thank you, Echo, for all your supplement advice. Love the podcast. Thank you for all that you guys do. Keep getting after it.
So there you go. That's awesome. That's so good to hear. We hear a lot of that. You go read the reviews of Joint Warfare and Super Krill.
That's what we're here for.
That stuff is for real. All right. So relationship situation here. Well, when we're building a relationship, what do? Trust, listen, respect, influence, and care. And in order to build a relationship, we have to give those things to the people. So that's what you're going to do. Now listen, and this kind of goes back to what you were just talking about, Echo. Your dad is who your dad is. Mm. He's a mountain, he's a river, whatever. He's a terrain, and you cannot change the terrain. He's a freaking complainer. He's a whiner. He doesn't take ownership. And he's been doing that for a long time because he's a dad. He's at least, let's say, 50 years old, maybe even 60 years old. So people are not who you want them to be. They are who they are. Just like the mountain, you cannot turn the mountain into the river. The mountain is the mountain. The river is the river. So if your focus is trying to change them, they will sense it. Yep. They'll sense it. They'll know it. So you cannot do that. You cannot focus on trying to I'm going to get my dad to start taking ownership and start being disciplined. It's not going to happen. In fact, he's going to reject it. He's going to sense it. He's going to reject it. So you just have to focus on building the relationship over time. Trust, listen, respect, influence, and care. Yeah, you go over and listen to him complain. And instead of saying, well, why don't you do this? No, you go, oh, that's a bummer, Dad. Mm-hmm. When he says, we got the new stairs built out front, and they're starting to lean a little bit to the right. I don't think they did a good job with the foundation. Be like, oh, that's terrible. Bummer. Yeah. Instead of saying, well, you should have inspected it before the contractor left, right? You can always be that person. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, well, let's go to Home Depot right now and get a bag of concrete and we'll reset the foundation. It's like, now you might offer some kind of a solution, but if you try and be a solution for them and their personality, it's not going to go over well. So just look, dude, your dad's still alive, right? He still can talk, even if he's just complaining. It's kind of nice. So just go listen. Treat him with respect. He wants to, doesn't want to do anything that takes discipline. He wants to, sit around and watch TNT. Remember TNT?
Yeah,
is that still a thing?
Yeah, hell yeah.
If your dad wants to sit around and watch TNT, he wants to watch reruns of the A-Team.
Hell yeah.
Dude, go over there, make a couple steaks, which will make you strong. Eat some steaks with your dad and watch a couple reruns of the A-Team and hang out and laugh and see what Mr. T has to say. And that's how you build a relationship. You people aren't going to be who you want them to be. And look, when they're just friends, doesn't really. If they're just people that you meet, doesn't really matter because you don't have to hang around with them because they're not your family. But it's your dad. So, like a good person, you want to have a good relationship with them. You're the one that has to maneuver. That's the thing when people are terrain. When people are terrain and you don't see them as things that you can move and manipulate, you realize that you're the one that has to do the climbing. You're the one that has to do the swimming. You're the one that has to put on a life jacket. You're the one that has to put on crampons and pick up an ice axe. It's all your work. And that's what this is going to take. Your dad isn't going to change. Yeah. Now, could you maybe have some influence over him over the next 5 years? Maybe. My dad never listened to a damn thing I said until he was about 75 years old. 75. Never listen. I was giving him workout advice, diet advice, health advice, eventually financial advice. He never listened to a damn thing I said. Never. Until he was about 75. And the interest rates were like 2 3/4. And I was like, hey, if you refinance your house, you'll save $1,800 a month. Here's the math. And I didn't convince him. The math convinced him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and then he went right back to not listening to anything I had to say.
Sure. Hell yeah.
So, well, you know what am I going to do? Get mad? Yeah. No, that's the way it is. So, it's terrain. Don't try and move the terrain. Move around the terrain. That's the way the world works. And keep getting after it. Keep lifting. Getting strong. Taking that joint warfare. Super krill. That's what we got.
Yep. It obviously depends on how old your dad is, but sometimes after a certain age, it's just kind of fun to kind of lay back and listen, you know? There's
stories.
A lot of fun stuff for sure. Even like, the old grumpy old man is like can be kind of fun if you don't take it upon yourself to be like, no, it shouldn't be like this. It should be the way I want him to be. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, he's 80.
You waste a lot of time and energy in your life with the way you want other people to be.
I think so, yeah.
Hey, it's great. We have hopes and dreams, but waste a lot of time and energy with people that are not going to change. Myself included. Yeah. I got my habits.
Yeah.
I got my habits. I got the way I roll. Mm-hmm. It's hard for me to change. Now, if someone can actively convince me that there's a better way of doing things,
for themselves or for you,
convince me that there's a better way of doing things. I was doing behind the neck press the other day.
Okay.
And my son was like, why are you using such a wide grip? Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, because it's better for my shoulders. And he's like, no. And he's not good. His form of debating is not indirect. He's just like, no, that's stupid.
Okay.
In my mind, when you do snatches, or overhead squats, I use my hands are by the collars, right?
Yeah.
And so I was doing presses, and my son's like, and I didn't have them by the collars, but I was doing behind the neck press, and I don't have a lot of mobility in my shoulders, right? And he's like, why do you have your hands so far apart? And I was like, cause. And he's like, well, just do it like this. And I tried it. Freaking kid was right.
Kind of good.
Kid was right. So there you go. Actively proven wrong. Me. And so I adopted a new methodology.
Yeah.
So, but it is like hard for me. I mean, I've only been doing presses like that for 30 years. What an idiot.
Yeah. Well, you're not an idiot. I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be, and this is going to sound almost like a cop-out, but it's more true than probably people realize. Mm-hmm. It's what makes you feel good? What do you like? Mm-hmm. And you don't have to justify what you like to anyone else, no matter, regardless of the facts. Actually, you'd be surprised how many situations.
Yep.
So if you're like, hey, if you said, hey, I'm training for this outcome.
Yep.
And I'm doing it this way for this reason, and then your boy comes in and says, hey, I dig it. Yep. Your outcome is this. Here's a better way to get that outcome quicker or more efficiently or safer or in a better way. Okay. Mm-hmm. But if you on a technical level, if you were to be like, yeah, this feels better, but I've been doing it for 20 whatever years. This is how I do it, and I like doing it like this. That's actually going to be a more valid reason technically if you don't specify some specific goal.
Yeah.
Technically, because people have different interests. People like different things. People place value on different things in life. Mm-hmm. People live life different ways. See what I'm saying? So for you to be like, Jocko, well, what's my caricature of Jocko to say? Okay. You got to do wrestling. Mm-hmm. Got to join the Marines or the SEAL teams or military or law enforcement or something like that. And then you got to work out. You got to wake up early. Mm-hmm. You got to surf and play guitar. So, right? Cool. Sounds good.
We call these tier 1 activities.
Tier 1 activities. Bro. Not everybody wants to play guitar.
What?
See what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, right? Crazy, right? Hey, it's a good dream. I get it. But I'm just saying, the point there isn't that guitar's good or not. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying people live their life and place value.
But it's a good dream.
Exactly right. That's kind of the point.
Yeah.
They place long-term value on different things.
Yeah, for sure. And we were before we hit record, me and Carrie were talking. I was talking about the fact that there's things in the world I don't understand that thing.
Exactly.
You know, I just don't understand it. Like there's some music that I hear and I cannot understand why anyone listens to it. Yeah. And it's popular music. And I'm like, I have an open mind. I want to like it, but I'm like, no, I do not like the way this sounds in my ears. Yeah. This is not good to me. Yeah, and there's like whole aspects of the world that I just go, I don't understand that. I have an open mind. Like, oh, I'd really love to see why this is, you know, I'd love to understand this. And I just can't do it. So
bro,
yes.
Think about this. Are you the one, cause I'm the same way. Are you the one that's not really that into traveling abroad?
Oh yeah, I'm 100% not into traveling.
Oh yeah. So I'm with you. I mean, with very, very few exceptions, I'm with you, man. But someone who's like, yeah, I like traveling because I like to learn about new cultures, learn about what's going on in the world, boots on the ground kind of a scenario. Yeah. It's kind of like, bro, I can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But internally somewhere, almost intangible, it's internally we're like, bro, I don't place value on that kind of stuff, even though you're right.
I'll watch a freaking 6-minute YouTube video on freaking Egypt.
6 whole minutes.
Yeah. And I've been to Egypt. You know what I mean? I've seen it. I don't need to see it again. Wow. I don't need to see a lot of things. Bro, you know? Exactly. And there's people that are listening like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you would think that way.
Yeah, but see how you're saying that though? The thing is, you can't deny that though.
No, I know. I understand it. It. Yep.
But it's like, bro, you place value on different things long term in your life. So it's probably, you can't just make that judgment. You see what I'm saying? It's like people are different, man.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep. They are indeed. But they should still play.